You got only 7 seconds before they actually decide if they're going to be paying attention to what you're doing. Most businesses actually fail that test and they're non negotiable if you want clients right now. You got only 7 seconds. That is all you get. That is how long someone gives you your website, your Instagram bio, your email before they actually decide if they're going to be paying attention to what you're doing. Is it worth it? Most businesses actually fail that test, not because they're bad businesses or they're bad, because they're not obvious why anybody should actually care. So today we're breaking down why first impressions aren't just nice anymore in 2025 and they're non-negotiable if you want clients right now. So let's go. So yeah, 7 seconds. That is the window. You don't get any more than that. Not because people are rude, but because people are busy surviving their own day and their own business. So studies say that first impressions happen the first 3 seconds, right? So you only have 3 seconds, but let's pretend you are very lucky and you get the full 7 seconds. But if your first impression is confusing or generic or you're saying hi, but you just simply don't lose their attention. You probably never had it in the first second. So first impression really is your marketing. Believe it or not, there are no second chances and no one to let me explain blah, blah, blah. No. And imagine in internet time, 7 seconds is like in dog years, like a blink, and they have completely forgotten about you. So attention didn't shrink really. The competition exploded. That's what's really has been happening here. You're not just fighting boredom. You are fighting because it's an overload of information and everybody doing the same thing as everybody else is doing. So we got to fix all of that, right? You're actually not selling your services. You are selling understanding of your ideal potential client. And speed doesn't mean people scrolling faster because, their thumb goes boom, boom, boom. No, it means indecision. So if somebody has to scroll and guess or think too long about what you actually do, they move on. Simply, they don't want to even come back and they probably already have forgotten about you altogether. But think about how you pick a restaurant on Google. Like no menu, no reviews, you're gone, right? So it's the same thing. So if they can't see why they should go, so why should they stay in your content? It is the same thing. People aren't lazy, really, when you think about it. They're just overloaded with information, with ads, with things jumping at them. And like I said, really, I mean, if you want to go to a restaurant and just play Russian roulette, great. I mean, there are no reviews. Nobody's telling you how the food is. You can't see the menu. You can't see where's the location. Like, why would you bother, right? It's crazy. Why would you waste your time with no information whatsoever or no pictures or nothing, right? So why would we do that? It's exactly the same thing. So let's do something. Let's flip it. Let's flip it. Would you hire yourself based on what you have and what other people are actually seeing first in what you are offering? So I want you to check your Instagram bio, your homepage headline. What does it say? Your LinkedIn description. If I'm a stranger, can I tell what problem you actually solve by just simply looking at, yeah, of those little things? Can I actually know without scrolling or clicking away or thinking anything? It's like, is everything really clear right there where you're putting it? If not, you're not being overlooked. You're just being a little bit more invisible because you don't have the right tools and the right things to grab people's attention. You know, when people say all the time, oh, the hook, the hook, the hook. Really, honestly, the hook is really important. So if your bio, for example, needs a Google translator, then and it's not a bio because you need to break that barrier from what people actually are coming in to your bio and understanding what you actually do. But if you become or you say things that are really, really fancy or very complicated for people to actually, normal people to actually understand, then you probably need to change your bio or a description, right? Though the clearest offers are the ones that always win, not even the more details. Yeah, details are good, but the clear, the better, because loud gets attention and clear gets clients all the time. Every single time when people actually don't have misunderstandings is when people actually do understand each other and they can actually communicate and have a better communication and a better relationship as well. So, first, too much information. You make them work to understand you. Second, too generic. You sound like everyone else. Third, not clever. Not clever or being too clever. You make them guess. Now, if you make them think too hard, you lose them really fast. There's no denying about it. So it is like reading a dating profile. Like, oh my God, I'm single, by the way. So I read a lot of those sometimes when I want to start dating. So you read dating profiles and it says lover of life. Honestly, for me, yeah, it doesn't give me anything. Yeah, it could be cute, right? It could be nice. But what does that mean? Like, why do I have to actually Google it or grab it and ask ChatGPT, what does this person mean? Like, I don't understand. Which actually, by the way, this is a little short story. I was doing a, a project for an event that I'm doing. I'm doing their marketing, and it's for 2026. So I was reading all the details and the event. What it's all about is really fancy. I can't talk about it. And this very posh and wow words. And I was like, what is the event about? I'm like, I got no clue. So I took everything. I asked ChatGPT and it said to me, yeah, you're completely right. There's a bunch of words that they mean nothing. So this is what it is, like a 2-year old. So, you know, you don't want your ideal potential clients actually doing that. I'll be potentially working with these people. But if these people actually don't know you, it's even worse, really. Okay. So, what I was saying about your cutesy little bio and all I meant was in your business is this like the dating app is the same thing. In your business, it is the same thing. You have to have a better way to communicate what you actually do, right? So that people actually get it right away. And your business isn't a riddle. So why you can't like if you need to create clues and for them to figure it out, they're going to be out. I'm going to be out. You're going to be out. So let's not do that. And specific actually feels personal. So when you become more specific, it becomes more personal. Personal feelings that are real. The real feels safe, and people buy from safety and they buy from you. So make sure that you're trying to do all those little things when you are creating this, when we try to change what we're having. So obvious isn't boring. The obvious thing isn't boring. I mean, the clearer, the better, right? The simple, the better. And the obvious is the fastest way. So, and fast wins every single time that you're actually trying to put out content or trying to say things. Now, the great first impression tells me, what do you do? Who is it for? And why it matters now. And you don't have to be fancy about it. You don't have to, you only have to be clear enough so that someone can explain your business to their friends after seeing your content or whatever you were saying in 7 seconds. That is really it. That is really the bottom line of everything. Fancy looks really good on a wedding cake, but not in a business bio, not in a description, not in a headline. not when somebody comes into your website. No, you have to be a little bit more intentional. And if people actually can repeat what you actually do in one sentence, you actually win twice because you get a client and you get a word of mouth ad every single time. Now, the thing that you got to do, let's do this. Let's breathe, and we're going to be doing this really easily. You're going to audit yourself, okay? You're going to pull up your Instagram bio, your LinkedIn bio, your Facebook, any bio on your favorite platform. I don't care. You're going to grab your homepage and you're going to grab your LinkedIn headline or maybe a YouTube headline that you have a banner, anything that you have that people actually see when they go and discover you. Okay, let's look at it that way. Would a stranger understand what you do in 7 seconds without having to click anything, scroll, or think too hard about what you're doing? Would you, and this is very important, drum roll, would you hire yourself? Would you hire you? Would you hire you? Would you stay? Would you stay longer than 7 seconds? Would you start browsing to know more? Would you start scrolling? I do this all the time to my website, by the way. I do this every single time because we change, the market change, the audience change, people change. So I do this all the time. If not, simplify it. Make it simple. Make words work for you, not harder for you. And that is what exactly I do here every single time I'm talking to you, because that's what I do. I help you use your words to get leads. So explain it like you're talking to a 5-year-old. I wrote like a 12-year-old, but really it's more like a 5-year-old. You need basic wording so people actually get it right away. And I want you to kill anything that sounds like kishy, cliche, clever, cheeky, and smartass. I want you to kill everything that is like that. We don't want any of that there. We want only simple stuff and quick actions. And I want you to make it obvious. Not only make it obvious in a way that is like you read it and you immediately get it. Like, don't fall on, and if you ask ChatGPT to even help you with this, tell them to be as authentic as they can be, meaning make it sound like a human, but you are your own human. They're not, okay? They're not. So you be your own filter. And if a 12-year-old can't get it, maybe ask a 12-year-old. If a 12-year-old can't get it, then a busy adult definitely won't get it either. They won't. You can ask other people that work with you if they get it, if they understand what it is. If they're not, ask other people, really. Why not? Why not? Now, first impressions aren't earned. And you know this. The first impressions aren't earned. They're really stolen in a scroll. They're really stolen. I'm like, if you grab them, I'm like, you've just stole their attention all the way. Now, nobody's giving you a second chance, really. Not because they're mean, not because they're busy. It's not because if it's, if it's clear fast, you're not just overlooked, you're just simply forgotten. And that is the honest truth. But not about shouting louder, okay? And I know I say this all the time. It's not about shouting louder. It's about saying it the right way, the fastest way, and the more simple way. Now, clarity always wins. And if you don't know what clarity means, it means clear. It means crystal clear. It means transparent. It means simple. It means like everybody's saying the word clarity. I know I get bored about it too, but it is the way to describe what clarity is. Now, clarity wins every single time. Now, they don't simply just ghost you, really. They never even saw you. They never even saw you coming. So if you are going to come swinging, you better make sure that you have all your ducks on the row, and then you have that filter, and then you understand and you become your own audit when you are putting everything out wherever you have it. Okay. Speed isn't a hack. It's not a hack. It is how trust starts. When somebody starts trusting you because you have visibility, because they see you, because you've been constantly there, and trust starts fast because once you get hooked and they like it and they see what you're doing and they also like it more. So the trust begins and that moment starts. And that's what we need to get, especially for the people that actually don't know you. Okay. So it doesn't start at all, but it starts fast. Okay. Now, if you want more sharp strategies and to stop, losing more good clients, or to have better impressions when you are creating your content, when you're thinking about your marketing, when you're trying to strategize, then I suggest you get into my daily emails, because here on these videos, on the podcast, yeah, it's once a week and that is it. But right there is where I really do give you a strategy, a plan, a mindset shift, something that you can actually apply, maybe weekly, maybe a day, however you want it, but they're not overloaded. Like, you would get so much out of it if you get it, because they're short, they're sweet, but they still have a lot of value. And value, I mean things that you can, tangible, that you can grasp and do because they're doable, because I've done it. I've told my clients that to do it and it's been working. So if you want more of that, if you want even reply to the emails, because I actually reply them myself. Yes, I do that. You can actually do that as well. And I will leave you the link in the description to sign up to the V's Daily. Okay. And before I go, good clients aren't skipping you. They're simply skipping you without realizing it, and with you actually knowing that they're actually skipping you. So we gotta switch all this and work our way through getting what we want. I'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye bye.